Becca walked into the headmistress's office, her face set in the carefully neutral expression she had long since learned to wear at all times. Though there were clear signs of hard living and malnutrition on her face, the girl had luxurious, shoulder-length golden hair. She knew perfectly well how eye-catching her hair was, and used the brief moment when the hard-edged matronly woman was staring at its luster to try and suss out the meaning of this meeting. No one in the orphanage was called to speak with the matrons unless there was a very good reason for it, and then the conversation usually involved being called out for crimes or other violations. Yet, Becca wasn't aware of anything she had done which should get her in enough trouble to be pulled into a meeting with the top of the food chain of the entire institution. Sketching a careful curtsy, the 9-year-old shifted her eyes downward, so the headmistress wouldn't think she was attempting to challenge her authority. "Shul tyrant?" Though the older woman was easily in her mid-50s or later, clear muscle definition showed on her otherwise wiry frame, a consequence of the brute kingdom's shift in policies more than a decade previous. The school's tyrant was a title the lady had earned by taking over the orphanage by force, then demanding an extreme amount of discipline for every occupant, staff and wayward child both. As far as Becca knew, no one was sure of her true name.
"Do you have any idea why you're here, Rebecca?"
The headmistress didn't bother to stand, a clear statement that she felt the child wasn't a threat worth acknowledging.
"Never mind. I can see by the blank look in your eyes you're as clueless as the rest of your batch. Be seated."
Now Becca was starting to become truly worried. No one was invited to sit down in the headmistress's office. The woman was known for her power plays, and often went out of her way to see how long someone would last before breaking down and asking for things. Then, based on her mood, she could deny them, or generously allow whatever it was they needed. Anything from food to blankets to a set of clothes which fit their ever-growing frames. Hesitantly taking the offered seat, Becca stole a glance at the tyrant's face and blinked in shock as she saw the older woman rolling her eyes.
"You're not in trouble. Quite the opposite. My skills give me an impeccable knowledge of timing, and the system is telling me you are just about to turn 10.
She raised an eyebrow and lightly scoffed.
"Properly this time, not like the debacle from last year."
Becca winced at the memory. When she'd woken up the morning of what had turned out to be her 9th birthday, her raven black hair had completely vanished, replaced with the practically shining golden hair she currently sported. There'd been an uproar among the staff, as they assumed she had awakened her basic class,